This is my first time in jail, and let me tell you, it's no joke. People here craft knives 6 inches long from scraps of steel walls. Violence is constant, with stabbings happening at least a couple of times a week. Just last October, an inmate was charged with orchestrating a murder-for-hire plot using a contraband cell phone. The plan led to the tragic death of a 28-year-old woman outside a New York City nightclub last December. If that doesn't tell you how dangerous it is, I don't know what will. Recently, investigators launched a big operation to clean up New York City's federal jail. They seized drugs, homemade weapons, and illegal electronics. The raid wasn't tied to any specific incident. It was just part of a larger effort to make the place safer for staff and inmates. But let's be real, this place is still chaotic, like the Wild West. Ashley Cordo, whose husband lost his life in a U.S. detention center, had some advice for Diddy in a recent interview. She urged him not to isolate himself and not to trust anyone. She described the jail conditions as disgusting, saying, "They have rats running everywhere. No human should live like that. It's inhumane." Ashley also suggested Diddy try to transfer to another prison, adding, "That place is dangerous. If so many people are complaining, it says something." Sadly, Diddy's lawyers are struggling to get him out. They've already tried to move him to a New Jersey facility, citing the poor conditions at the Metropolitan Detention Center. The court acknowledged the jail's problems, for inmates have died there in the past 3 years, but the Bureau of Prisons denied the request, and honestly, Diddy has every reason to be paranoid. This is the same jail that held R. Kelly, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Jeffrey Epstein. Legal experts are even comparing Diddy's case to Epstein's, which adds another layer of concern.
Prosecutors in both of these cases have said that the defendants were obsessed and that they used their wealth and their power, resources, network to satisfy these desires, and more specifically for
even a Homeland Security agent who participated in the raids on Diddy's mansions compared him to Jeffrey Epstein, saying Diddy is just as bad. But here's where things get really worrying for Diddy. Jeffrey Epstein was found dead in his jail cell on August 10, 2019. Officially, it was ruled a suicide, but over the years, many have questioned that Epstein had dirt on some of the world's most powerful people, and exposing them could have caused chaos. Naturally, there were plenty of people who wanted him silenced. Now, some believe Diddy might be in a similar position. Even Freddie P., someone who knows the industry well, has hinted at this possibility. What started as quiet whispers about Diddy turned into loud allegations that shocked everyone. Suddenly, Sean Diddy Combs, once a symbol of power, success, and the glamour of the entertainment world, was at the center of a storm involving conspiracy theories, FBI investigations, and chaos at the jail where he's being held. In an interview on The Art of Dialogue, Freddie P. spoke about Diddy's massive influence in the entertainment industry, suggesting that his power might now be working against him.
People trying to make it, Diddy's the big dog. Their fans know what they doing. They grabbing the big dog. When you sit at the table and you got this white person, this white person, this white person, this white person, it's going to be 2 rich white people, and it's going to be Diddy as their right-hand man, and they probably got another right-hand man over there. That's how I feel the table.
Now, fans believe Freddie might be hinting at something deeper, like how powerful people, such as Diddy, become easy targets once they're behind bars. As one fan put it, "Damn, Freddie said something that went over your heads. Puffy was the bridge for hip-hop and Hollywood, so that makes Puff the biggest gatekeeper on the hip-hop black side. Yeah, they changing the regime, somebody taking Pu's spot. They don't want him there no more. Life behind bars isn't easy for Diddy." In fact, during his first few days, he was even put on protection watch.
I'm wondering if that's why they placed him on suicide watch now, kind of what you were saying, protective coverage, because he is such a high-profile inmate. Do you think that could be part of it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, going from a life where you live in a mansion to going to sit in a jail facility is not something easy to deal with.
According to Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, being placed on protection watch is standard for high-profile inmates. Back then, Diddy was reportedly strong, healthy, confident, and focused on building his defense. But let's face it, prison life isn't something he's getting used to. That's why he keeps pushing for bail. Recently, Diddy proposed a $50 million bail package that included strict conditions. 24/7 security monitoring, home detention, no internet or phone access, and a limited list of approved visitors made up of close family. He also agreed to surrender his passports and those of his family members. His legal team argued that new evidence shows the case against him is weak. Fans are now waiting to see how the judge responds. Still, not many people feel sorry for Diddy. Many believe he's just getting what he deserves for ruining so many lives. But what do you think? Is Diddy right to be paranoid, or should he just accept his situation? It's worth noting that these allegations against Diddy gained traction last year when actor Jamie Foxx suddenly disappeared from the public eye. His unexpected hospitalization sparked speculation, and the rumors only grew when reports claimed that Foxx hinted during a Netflix special taping that Diddy might have been involved in his health scare. Allegedly, Foxx even told the audience, "I called the FBI on Diddy."
Rifkin house. We all go to Steve Rifkin house, and there was some weird vibes going on, that I didn't really pay attention to at first. And then when Diddy came, in the party, he tried to holler at Jill Marie Jones' girlfriend. And she was like, "Get out of here, Puffy, that's my girlfriend." And nigga like, "I'm trying to put her on." You know what I'm saying? And he was making his way around the deck of the party. Like, I didn't go inside the house. It's like when we came in, we came through the back on the deck. He had a back deck. And then you could go from the back deck, you could go in the house. I was on the back deck with Boogie, Queen Latifah's girl. And we was burning the L. And then Diddy came over with, the booty goons. And he was giving me the saliva look. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how the wolf looking at the steak? You know what I'm saying? And I'm ice grilling him back like, "Yo, nigga, what you-" Right? And then, then I realized, like, oh, this nigga is, like, hitting on me, like. And he's standing here, and he got, like 3 to 5 niggas standing there, and they all staring at me. Like, and they was looking so hard, nigga, I put my head down. Like,
you said, "This is too intense, bro."
I went and grabbed Hillary. I pulled her outside, and she just thought that shit, she was tickled pink. She thought it was the funniest shit in the world. Like, "Yo, go get Kim. We out of here." I ain't even go back in. And she went and got Kim. We bounced and we left.
So he must have did that to a lot of dudes, man, and just assumed that all dudes just go for that, man, just in order to just go out and try people like that.
I would think it was my environment. It's the after party. You know what I'm saying? They probably are used to certain people coming to the exclusive party. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know where we was going. I just knew that he invited us over there, or invited Kim over there, not me, because I was with Kim. You know what I'm saying? And, we just went thinking it's another party. But I never went in the house, so I don't know what took place in the house. I'm not saying it was a freak off or not, you know what I'm saying? Because it was Steve Rifkin's house. It wasn't Diddy's house.
Think about that for a moment. This wasn't just some casual joke. Jamie Foxx, a well-loved actor, comedian, and musician, was accusing one of hip-hop's biggest moguls of trying to poison him. The audience was stunned. Was he joking or serious? Eyewitnesses couldn't agree. One said it sounded like a punchline, while another was convinced he meant every word. The whole situation left people confused, but Diddy's team quickly denied the claims, calling them baseless.
But all the alleged participants was there. You know what I'm saying? All the alleged undercover home niggas and women were there. You know what I'm saying? So he felt at home to make that move.
Do you feel like Ja Rule was part of that? Do you personally know Ja Rule?
Yeah, I know Ja.
Do you feel like he on that type of time?
I never seen him do anything for me to say that he's on that type of time.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Ja Rule seemed cool, man. I had him on the show and all that, man. But when that news came out, I'm like, damn, bro. I hope the homie ain't switch sides on us or nothing.
Well, what news?
What's that?
What news are you referring to?
Well, basically, those claims that Gene Deal put out there, man, about them being in the room together.
Oh,
And
come on. When Gene Deal was guarding the freak door
exactly
and
that
Ja cousin tried to come and go in, and he's like, nah, nigga, it's the freak door. You can't go in. You heard me say, there's some real freaky shit going on there. But just because Ja, Diddy, because I think they said Ja, Diddy, and two chicks was in the room. You know what I'm saying? So that they could have just been, I don't know what they could have been doing, but he didn't insinuate that Diddy and Ja was doing anything. He kind of made it seem like they was in there popping off with some chick.
Okay.
So I'm not going to try to throw Ja in that mix. Now, if it was all niggas in there, then you know what I'm saying. But for me, I'm gonna give Ja the benefit of the doubt because he said it was they had some. I think he named who was in there, but I just can't remember. But I know it was like two women. It wasn't a bunch of dudes.
Like the part that's a lot of people are leaving out, that it was two women in there. It wasn't just them two in there.
Yeah.
Doing strange things. You mentioned in one of your interviews that you feel like your career was kind of hindered because you didn't give in to zesty activities.
That's a fact.
Were you being pressured by like higher ups to kind of, do weird things, or why do you feel that way?
The rumors didn't stop there. As Diddy's legal troubles piled up, especially the shocking allegations that shook his career, his past actions and connections came under intense scrutiny. One of the loudest voices was Big Homie CC, a security guard who claimed Jamie Foxx had confided in him about being poisoned by Diddy. CC doubled down in interviews, insisting that Fox's FBI report wasn't just a rumor, it was real. He described federal agents swarming Diddy's properties like they were on a treasure hunt, armed to the teeth with armored vehicles patrolling the area. They were authorized to seize anything that could be evidence: papers, phones, laptops, you name it. Given Cassie's claims about being forced to make certain videos, who knows what they might uncover? This operation is part of a larger investigation led by the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, carried out by Homeland Security. Even though Diddy wasn't home during the raids, his sons, Justin and Christian, weren't spared. They were cuffed and held outside the properties. And it doesn't end there. Producer Rodney Little Rod Jones, who worked on Diddy's latest album, dropped a bombshell, a 75-page lawsuit detailing disturbing allegations. Jones accused Diddy of inappropriate behavior, pressuring him into questionable situations with adult entertainers and involvement with illicit substances. Diddy denies everything, but Jones's lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, is standing firm. This legal battle is heating up, and everyone's watching to see how it unfolds. Lil Rod is nothing more than a liar who filed a $30 million lawsuit shamelessly looking for an undeserved payday. His reckless name-dropping about events that are pure fiction and simply did not happen is nothing more than a transparent attempt to garner headlines. We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies. Our attempts to share this proof with Mr. Jones's attorney Tyrone Blackburn have been ignored. As Mr. Blackburn refuses to return our calls, we will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them. Lil Rod's lawyer didn't hold back, sending a letter to the judge that exposed all of Diddy's alleged shady moves. According to the letter, Diddy's crew was spreading fake stories about Jones on TMZ and even harassing his child and exes. He said Mr. Jones is a father and Christian. He was willing to sacrifice his rights concerning his assault in an effort to protect his dignity and the dignity of his family. Mr. Combs was made aware of Mr. Jones' claim for assault from a moment Mr. Jones made his intentions to sue clear. Here's the scoop. Diddy allegedly tried to pull some strings, pushing Lil Rod to drop his current legal team and hire a lawyer loyal to him. But the drama didn't stop there. Just hours before Diddy's house got raided, I'll be sure, Quincy's dad and Kim Porter's ex popped up on Instagram with some cryptic posts about karma and payback. He's been through his share of struggles and seemed to suggest that what goes around comes around. When the feds rolled up to Diddy's homes, he wasn't there. His sons, Justin and King Combs, were the ones holding down the fort. At first, people thought Diddy had pulled a disappearing act, but it turned out he was just in Miami, catching a flight. Then came the tipping point: Diddy's arrest. What started as a routine legal matter took a wild turn when reports claimed he had a meltdown behind bars. Sources said Diddy feared for his life, insisting that someone was trying to poison him. In a twist of irony, the tables had turned. The accuser now felt like the accused.
I'm a lawyer here in Houston. I'm licensed in Texas and in New York. As many of you know, our law firm has been at the forefront of some of the most important litigation in the United States. We like the tough cases. We thrive in the complicated cases. Conduct we will describe today occurred over more than 20 years. And we're going to follow this evidence wherever it takes us. We will find the silent accomplices. We will expose the enablers who enabled this conduct behind closed doors. We will pursue this matter, no matter who the evidence implicates.
The entertainment industry is cooked. Can you imagine how many other famous people and big executives are probably involved in this?
These brave victims who have stepped forward deserve nothing less. The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed. The wall of silence has now been broken and victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us, people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. We now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs.
So they said they vetted. That's what cut out right there, but they were vetted. 120 people.
Claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases. We also intend to make these individuals available to the authorities, specifically to the FBI. And you should also know a few of them have already been spoken to by the FBI. That being said, as stated, we are vetting every call that we receive. We have had to turn away some. For each, we ask for corroboration. For each, we ask for the identity of witnesses. We also have collected pictures, videos, texts. We check venues. We check dates. We want to corroborate that the claims being made have legitimacy and merit. We have on staff now a former detective from the Major Offenders Unit of Houston Police Department who is helping us vet each claim. We're using our common sense. We're being stringent because, as I said, these are not easy cases. They're very tough. The process is hard, and in some cases, the process is very lengthy. These cases are hard to prove. Many times, it's the victim's word against the alleged perpetrator. Each of these victims will no doubt be publicly attacked by the alleged perpetrators, and in some cases, the general public. The feckless and cowardly keyboard warriors love to attack. We know what we're up against.
Wait, is there anyone in support of Diddy? Is that a thing? Does Diddy actually have diehard fans that aren't like shitting on him right now? I've literally never seen a single one. Everyone's just like, yeah, this guy's psycho.
As I said, our law firms have been retained by 120 individuals at this point to pursue cases in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs. It is evenly divided between males and females. There are 60 males and 60 females who have joined us to pursue these claims as plaintiffs. In this group, 62% identify as African American, 30% are white, and the remainder are Hispanic or Asian. The victims are from more than 25 states. The majority are from California, New York, Georgia, and Florida.
This guy's a menace.
I don't want to focus on the ages of these victims. When we talk about the ages of the victims when the conduct occurred, it's shocking. Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old.
Okay, I didn't know about that. I thought this, what? I swear in my life I did not know about that part. Oh no.
We have an individual who was 14 years old. We have one who was 15. 25 of the 120 individuals who are plaintiffs in these cases were minors at the time of the acts complained of.
This guy is a disturbed psych.
In prison, Diddy's paranoia reportedly hit new levels. He refused to eat the meals, drank only bottled water, and constantly watched his surroundings. "They're trying to get me," he allegedly told other inmates. This behavior left people asking, was his fear a sign of guilt, or was there something more going on?
The time frame of the acts complained of is very wide. The conduct at issue spans from the years 1991 all the way till this year, 2024. If you wonder why there are so many alleged victims, that's your answer. We're talking about more than 25 years of this type of conduct. Now, although most of the victims who have stepped forward were victimized after 2015, this has been going on for a very long time. When you think about the fact that some of this conduct occurred 25 years ago, and you wonder why would it take somebody so long to step forward, I want to remind you that many states in the United States have recognized that it's very difficult for a victim to step forward and to make these types of allegations when something very terrible has happened to them. The acts complained of in these cases that we're going to file occurred primarily in New York, either Manhattan or the Hamptons, or occurred in California, primarily in Los Angeles, or in Florida. Most of these events and incidents occurred at parties, typically after parties, or album release parties, New Year's Eve parties, 4th of July parties, something they call a puppy party, the all-white party, although several of these events occurred at auditions. Many times, especially young people wanting to break into the industry, were coerced into this type of conduct in the promise of being made a star, or in the promise of having Sean Combs listen to their tape, or even let them read for Sean Combs.
Okay, yeah, I'm seeing the 9-year-old was promised a record deal and then by Diddy.
Some of this behavior occurred at well-known venues in New York City. Some of this behavior occurred at private residences of people that we all know. Some of this behavior occurred at hotels that we're all familiar with. You should know that more than 55% of the victims reported this conduct to either the authorities, that is the police, or to hospitals. We're in the process of collecting with our team assistants medical records who did in fact seek medical treatment, were drug tested, drugs were found in their system, weird drugs that you probably never heard of. One in particular that continues to pop up is a drug called xylazine, or trank, which based on our research is known. There's been a lot of reports that we're filing a class action. This is not a class action. Class action is when one or two people file a case on behalf of a group of people. That's not this. These cases will be individual cases. Each case will live and die on its own merit. These cases will be filed individually, one plaintiff against whoever the defendants were involved in the case.
Holy shit.
That I may start naming names. That day will come, but it won't be today. The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names. It's a long list already.
Bro, you know there's famous people out there that are shaking in their boots that did shit with Diddy. They're probably in jail.
I already know who some of these individuals are, but because of the nature of this case, we're going to make damn sure that we're right before we do that. But the names that we're going to name, assuming that our investigators confirm and corroborate what we've been told, are names that will shock you. These are individual cases. There are indeed other perpetrators involved. They will be revealed when that particular individual case is ready to be filed. They already know who they are. And I'm talking here about not just the cowardly but complicit bystanders. That is, those people that we know watched this behavior occur and did nothing. I'm talking about the people that participated, encouraged it, egged it on. I call them the facilitators of foul play, willing participants in vile conduct. As we identify them, each will be part of this case as defendants. These defendants will not only include individuals, but also include corporate entities who ultimately profited off of this culture and behavior. I'm looking at banks, pharmaceutical companies, hotels. We know that many of these individuals were paid cash. We know many of these individuals involved, whether they were the ones witnessing other people being used and then paid and threatened and told to leave. Typically paid 10 grand in cash and told to.
The internet went wild. Social media exploded with theories, memes, and debates. Some people saw Diddy as a victim of a bigger conspiracy, while others weren't as sympathetic, suggesting his past actions had finally come back to haunt him. Like Jamie Foxx poisoning trended for days, adding fuel to the already tense situation.
So you said that Denzel Washington wasn't down with the program, the Diddy program.
Well, no. My friend had to do a number 2, and she was on stage, and he wouldn't let her be relieved, and so she ended up doing it on stage in front of everybody, and it was a wet one, and it went everywhere. It was so nasty, and Denzel was disgusted. He grabbed his wife and was like, "You don't respect nobody," and ran up out of there.
Did you see people react like that a lot, or were most people going with the flow?
It was so much going on. The people that noticed reacted, but it was just so much going on. If you weren't right there in that vicinity, you didn't even know. It was too much going on. But yeah, everybody, and everybody was just walking around zombied out. Like after a certain time, when you would make the announcement, if you don't want, the regular party's over, if you don't want to participate in what goes on after. It's just interesting. I just want to bring up Justin Bieber for a second. Shout out to Justin Bieber, man. I'm a Justin Bieber fan. I want to work with him. Man, I have such empathy for you. You are a strong person, Justin. Shout out to you in your heart. You sing when I hear the pain. Now when I listen to your music, I hear the pain in your voice, Justin. All you wanted to do was sing. Your mother caught you playing your guitar, singing, and thought, let me help my son out. Let me focus on what God, let me nurture this talent. And she thought she was doing the right thing by taking that video to Scooter Braun. And I'm sure Scooter Braun probably thought he was doing the right thing taking to Usher. But Usher, why you do him like that? You need to get slapped or something, Usher. You knew what Diddy was going to do to him. What'd you get by taking him over there? And then you had the nerve, he signed to you. So you've been making money off of him after you get him abused like that? You owe him all his money back. Are you Diddy number 2, 3, 4, Usher? Running around here. I mean, this is ridiculous, y'all. Hey, I'm on a live, y'all. Stop calling me when I'm on a live. That's disrespectful. I'm on live. Stop calling me.
Jaguar Wright is watching. She's in the chat.
Hi, Jaguar. I love you. Oh, I love if I can work with her. She sings so good. Hey, tell Fox to stop calling me. Jaguar Wright is on the.
Purple Rain. Purple Rain.
Tell him to stop. He keep calling. He called 5 times. I don't even know what did. Man, he gonna make me talk mess. Tell him to stop. That's ridiculous. Hey, Jaguar. Yeah, I just want to say, man, your voice is amazing. Your strength is amazing.
Through all this, Jamie Foxx has stayed quiet. He hasn't directly commented on the poisoning claims since the Netflix taping, leaving fans to guess what he meant by his cryptic words. Some think he's keeping quiet to let the justice system handle it, while others believe he's just over the drama.
He posted a video of his upcoming Halloween party featuring Chris Brown. It looks like it's going to be crazy. you had made mention about Jamie Foxx, or he had made mention himself in a special talking about his almost losing his life, and his hospitalization was due to Diddy. There are stories of him getting beat up and getting put, but I know he was on a movie set, but something from an altercation or something from drug related that was given to him.
Diddy will pull up and get wild with you by himself. Like, he's not soft. So that's the whole thing with him. Like,
He'll pull up and take something like it.
Bro, he'll pull up and, he slapped Drake.
He did, and everyone looked over that.
Oh, I'm not gonna call him a gangster, but he be on some tough shit, bro. And it'll piss you off, like with his son with the lip gloss on and the waves all the time.
Yeah,
he swear he a gangster, bro. I been like, bro, we'll get crazy with you in here.
I mean, anyone who probably do a lot of cocaine will feel all kind of invincible. Will feel all kind of courageous. With money, I believe they'll do a lot outside of normal man, who's rational, and just say, "Let me post up." But let me get your take on with Jamie Foxx, because mind you, Diddy parties and Jamie Foxx parties were the two black Hollywood elite parties that you would always hear about. That was like, you got to be there to see it. For him to say that I was hospitalized possibly because of something that happened with Diddy.
He thought he was going to tell.
Go.
So look, I'm a shout out Big Do God, my right-hand man. Shout out, folks. He have a very interesting Jamie Foxx story. I don't know if you know about this or seen it.
No.
Give us a Cliff Notes.
I'm gonna let him come on here and tell that, but I'll say this though.
I know he said something about Jamie Foxx in a bathroom.
It wasn't Jamie Foxx in the bathroom; it was his party.
Okay, it was his party, and then the bathroom situation went down.
Let's not forget the different stories from other eyewitnesses. One person in the audience said Fox claimed, "If Diddy was responsible, I'd be dead." That's a strange thing to say, given the seriousness of the accusations. Did Fox change his story, or was it just a case of miscommunication?
From his parents, once they were in a private area, allegedly Mr. Combs made the victim.
This is like actually fucking baffling. I thought it was just 100 more allegations. I didn't know that minors were involved in this. This is blowing my mind right now.
An individual 15 years old at the time, flown to New York City to attend a party, was drugged, and then taken into a private room, allegedly in the presence of Mr. Combs, where this female individual, minor, was, and then other individuals took turns. Another individual, 26 at the time of the occurrence, was picked up allegedly by Mr. Combs and several other people in a black SUV from the airport, was given one drink in the SUV, and then literally woke up the next day not knowing what had happened, but with pain.
I don't even know. I'm speechless.
She then went to the hospital. She was missing her underwear and her shoes. Another instance, an individual, this time not a minor, attended a group dinner, allegedly with Sean Combs in Miami. She wasn't drinking because she was, but whatever she drank at the table, apparently, at least according to her, was laced with something. She blacked out, and she woke up in the same bed, again, allegedly, with Mr. Combs in his mansion in Miami. Her hands were torn and sore. And I could go on. I mean, literally, you're sensing a theme here. It's the same theme, and it all involves some sort of drug. Individual who was 20 years old at the time was asked to attend, just saw her on the street, asked to attend a party in a hotel. She was flattered, went to the party, was given one drink and doesn't remember anything else. Ultimately, went to the hospital where they found her blood system.
I mean, this guy's... If all of this is true and evidence, and he said they got pictures, they got everything, they got a bunch of evidence, this guy's actually the devil, like straight up. This is some of the most disturbing shit you could possibly do to another human being, especially a child. That caught me so off guard. Love you guys. Hit subscribe. Peace out. Child. That caught me so off guard. Love you guys. Hit subscribe.
For Diddy, the damage seems done. The once untouchable mogul now finds himself at the center of scandal after scandal. His brand, built over decades of hard work, is falling apart under the weight of these serious allegations. Fans and industry insiders alike are asking the same question. How did it come to this? Tony Busby, a lawyer in Texas, is representing over 120 people who are accusing Diddy of serious charges. Recently, Busby raised concerns that Diddy's famous friends are trying to distance themselves from him by removing posts about him from their social media. It seems like they're trying to avoid any connection to the legal trouble surrounding the rapper.
Many powerful people will be exposed. Many dirty secrets will be revealed. We know what we are potentially up against. And as is always the case in situations like this, when a celebrity is involved, people can be downright mean and nasty.
Busby also suggested that some of these celebrity friends are even paying off the alleged victims to ensure their names are removed from the list of those accusing Diddy. This situation has escalated since Diddy's arrest, during which he has faced numerous lawsuits from individuals who claim he misconducted them. As these legal battles unfold, troubling allegations have surfaced, indicating that his well-known friends may have been aware of Diddy's actions, often referred to as his freak-offs. These friends are now seemingly scrambling to delete any evidence that might implicate them. During an interview with the Law and Crime Network, Busby expressed his strong belief that many of these celebrity associates are indeed scrubbing their social media.
We also have collected pictures, videos, texts. We check venues, we check dates. We want to corroborate that the claims being made have legitimacy and merit.
He noted that they might be searching through their memories and deleting texts, photos, and any other information that could connect them to Diddy's legal issues. Busby stated, "I have no doubt that there are people right now who know that they were somehow involved in this." He warned that although this process of uncovering the truth will take time, they are just beginning to scratch the surface of the situation. Busby highlighted the difficulties victims face when coming forward about their experiences. He emphasized the importance of resolving these matters without public lawsuits, as it is often in the best interest of the victims.
If you're out there and you have been victimized, you are not alone. There is a great strength in numbers. You can seek redress. You can obtain justice. We can help you, and we will help you.
Busby has already settled cases with several people, many of whom are well known in the entertainment world. He's also publicly urged other victims of Diddy to come forward and help strengthen the case against him. Some believe this is karma, a payback for years of shady actions and power moves. Others think Diddy is being unfairly targeted, caught in a web of lies by people who want to see him fall. Whatever the truth is, one thing is clear: his life will never be the same.
And just because they married, that don't mean shit, because they got lavender marriages.
Yeah, man. And they be,
you know what a lavender marriage is, right?
Is it kind of like a beard where a woman kind of fronts like a, yeah.
And vice versa. Like, allegedly, I believe when I first saw Gabrielle Union, right? Allegedly, I believe she was a lesbian. Because I seen her in clubs hanging out with people, and she was with women, right? So when I see her with Dwayne Wade later, I always thought she was gay or lesbian. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen her with women, like hanging out and doing things like that's straight women wouldn't be doing to each other. You know what I'm saying? Damn. So there's a lot of people in the entertainment industry. And then when you look at Dwayne Wade, right? Don't he look real feminine? And what man's going to be sitting there cool with his son becoming a girl?
Exactly.
You have to be like really in tuned with some shit to be sitting there being cool with your little boy wanting to make that type of decision at that age. You can't make that decision in my house at that age. Nigga, you better wait till you about 21 or you can get out and you can make that decision. But you're not living under my roof. To each his own, man. But thank God Trump won. Because now we back to two genders again.
Now, yeah, bro, I definitely been discriminated against in the in the social media space, man, like because I'm not gay. And usually it seems like a lot of those blogs like the Shade Room and a bunch of others I don't even want to name, man. Like, you know, if you're not a gay blogger, they don't really want to repost your videos or any of that, bro.
No,
You know
they all if you're the Breakfast Club, they will.
Talk enough about that right there. People don't even know
And
that's a
it
thing.
is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? I went through it at BET. I went it throughout the industry, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas will really press you.
Just because someone is married doesn't mean it's real, especially in what some call lavender marriages. You know, like a beard situation where a woman pretends to be with a man, or vice versa, to hide their true identity. For example, when I first saw Gabrielle Union, I thought she might be a lesbian because I'd seen her hanging out in clubs with women. So, when I later saw her with Dwayne Wade, I thought she might still be gay because of what I'd seen before. A lot of people in the entertainment industry have these types of situations, and then there's Dwayne Wade. Doesn't he seem kind of feminine? I'm not saying anything bad, but it's unusual for a man to be okay with his son wanting to become a girl, especially at such a young age. I personally believe that at that age, you shouldn't be making big decisions like that while living under my roof. You should wait until you're older or out on your own. But hey, that's just my opinion. To each their own. That on a different note, I've definitely faced discrimination on social media. It seems like a lot of blogs, like the Shade Room, don't really want to repost videos from people who aren't part of the LGBTQ+ community. If you're not a gay blogger, they kind of ignore you. Even if you're on the Breakfast Club, people still overlook it. I've experienced this firsthand in the industry. It's real. People can be really tough on you.
Kong ain't got bleep on me. I showed up just to watch. A friend of mine, he was the location manager, and he was like, hey, man, you can come down. Denzel's working in L.A. You can come down and see Denzel work. I was like, I would love to. I was doing my little acting thing, you know, but it was like, whatever. And the director, Antoine Fuqua, came over and said, hey, man, you want to be in this movie? And I was like, what? Yeah. And he said, come back every night, and I'll put you in different places. So I came back on that night, and there was Denzel's big scene. He says, I want you standing right there. Let me tell you, my mother freaked out. She was like, oh, my God, you're in this movie. But let me tell you, Rich, if that was all I ever did in my career, I would have been super happy.
What was it like, though, to watch him deliver those lines in that scene, in that moment?
Unreal.
Here's where it gets even more interesting. Reports say Diddy's paranoia didn't just start in prison. Insiders claim he's been living in fear for years, always looking over his shoulder and suspecting everyone around him. Some people think this is because of his rise to power in the tough music industry, where betrayal happens all the time and trust is hard to find. Others believe it's guilt, like his past actions are finally catching up with him.
Yeah, bro, like, me and him been outside together 15 years. But that's small. Like, he the reason I'm alive right now. You feel me? Like, he don't really care about money like that. Like, he don't really care about a lot of them. As long as he got his jewelry, he got his cup, he got his gun, and we doing our thing, he cool.
Yeah, that's all you need in life.
So, you know, whenever I know I got a situation coming up and, you know, the risk of dying is high, dude got gonna make sure he there. That's what he like to do. Right. But anywhere I take my boy, I have to give him certain guidelines. On this particular day, I say, bro, I don't know what we're gonna see in here, but we get $2,500 apiece to keep these two models right here safe at this event. Don't get out of my eyesight. He said, Gordo, that's my nickname, Gordo. I said, Gordo, I love you, but I gotta go to the bathroom. I say, okay, bro, the bathroom over there, I think. So I'm over here dealing with them. About 30 seconds go, I hear, he got a gun. I'm like, I instantly know, I say, fuck, fucking do God. I look over there, I see he got joined up, and it's out, and he pointed at somebody. He said, hey, man, everybody get on the ground. So now here I go. I gotta say, y'all stay right there. I come over there. 5 dudes in the bathroom. Everybody pants at their ankles. One dude didn't even have no pants on at all. He even had no socks on. He getting extra crazy. I'm like, dude, what you just see? He say, bro, these motherfuckers in here all pulling each other. I'm like, what you mean? He say, man, sword fighting in here. Hey, we gotta go. I'm looking like, damn. Shout out Big Duga.
Shout out Big Duga.
Yeah.
Shout out Big Duga. Damn.
That's the thing, bro. Like, bro, these, bro.
So, let's do it like this. Let me ask you.
Niggas would get mad at me. I wouldn't plug them with celebrities. And I say, look, bro, you don't know what you asking for. And when I see certain guys, I say, yeah, you definitely getting your cake stood. Because you too thirsty to go be up here. 5 in the morning? You want to be in the studio with all dudes? Everybody on ecstasy and cocaine? They sipping liquor? There's no females here? You the females, my boy.
Shit.
You the female. Oh no.
Now, Chris Columbus had a story that he told where he was laying down with his wife, and he got a phone call from Diddy like at 2 a.m. saying, "I'm at the hotel." And he's like, yeah, well, who there? Like, pull up. It's just.
The big question now is, will Diddy make a comeback, or is this the end of his era?
Dislikes Diddy. He see Diddy as foul and just horrific. And Diddy's sons are speaking out against this as well. So before I show you this video of the arrest warrants for all these celebrities and politicians, I'm going to play the clip of Ray J and Meek Mills, okay? So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot. I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for the like and the support. So let's keep the support going, okay? All right, so let's start here. Check this out.
About artists paying victims to keep their name out of it.
Do you know people who have had demands put upon them where they have paid off to keep this quiet?
Here's what I do know. People do catch and kills all day. And a catch and kill, I don't know if, of course you know, but for the regular world, somebody has the truth, somebody pays you to keep it quiet, and hopefully that money that you got paid secures your happiness while you watch the lie continue to succeed.
I want to just make sure I understand you. What you're saying is what? That you know people who have been approached by women, men, whatever, who have said, give me money and I won't talk?
Here's the other way around that, Harvey. I'll give you money, please don't talk.
You are a well-connected guy. Do you know that what you've just described, is that going on now?
Yes. They want to talk to me. They want to talk to me about what happened to them. They call me. They feel like they can trust me.
Wait a minute. Calling you for what? Calling you for what?
Because they want to tell me about certain things that happened with them and Diddy.
Ray, I want to make sure I understand this. Are these high-profile people calling you because they've had some affiliation with Diddy that they don't want to come out and they think you might be the vessel for it coming out? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Diddy's influence in music is huge, but scandals like this can leave lasting damage. Fans who once admired him are now questioning everything they thought they knew about him. Rebuilding that trust may be nearly impossible. To help with the situation, a hotline was set up and it got an overwhelming response. After it was announced, the hotline received over 12,000 calls in just 24 hours. Busby, the lawyer, said that once he made it clear he was pursuing these cases, the floodgates opened. In the following weeks, the number of calls kept rising, showing strong public interest in the allegations against Diddy. His team received about 3,200 calls in just 10 days after his first press conference on October 1st, indicating that many people might have information or stories to share about Diddy's alleged actions. Despite the growing allegations, Diddy continues to say he is innocent. His lawyer, Erica Wolf, has urged the public not to expect a detailed response from Diddy and stressed that many of these allegations are false. She believes the situation has turned into a media circus and insists Diddy firmly denies any wrongdoing, ready to prove his innocence in court. This case raises big questions about accountability and how celebrity culture influences legal matters. People are wondering how serious this issue is and if more individuals will come forward with their own stories. As the legal battles continue, the discussion around these allegations keeps growing, highlighting issues of consent and accountability in the entertainment world. Busby's revelations about Diddy's celebrity friends are raising questions about their involvement and whether they're connected to the alleged misconduct. Who else might be linked to these accusations? What truths could these connections reveal? Stay tuned as we dig deeper into the story. The situation is constantly evolving, with new details and leaks coming out every day, making it feel like we're watching a real-life soap opera unfold.
And I don't even know why I just said it, but I said it, so what? Now they gotta be mad. Come get me.
Were they specific about what they did with Diddy?
I don't want to say. I think I said too much. Hearing about artists paying.
We have more.
Oh, so what's up?
Yeah, y'all already know.
Real life
yeah,
shit,
nigga,
yeah.
no Diddy gang, Meek Mill in real life. Don't ever disrespect me, you
Talk
heard?
that shit, Meek. Yeah, Meek. Oh, so what's up?
Yeah, y'all already know.
All right, so let's get to the big meal of this video of the warrants. But you just seen there Ray J and Meek Mills, which was Diddy's allies a couple of months ago. They are flipping the script because they know warrants are being put out there for those of you that do not cooperate. So this is getting serious. I mean, we heard the video footage of Meek Mills. I mean, you just go search for it and you can see it. Meek Mills and Diddy and what Diddy did to Meek Mills. And I don't blame Meek Mills from distancing himself from Diddy because he put sugar boogers in Meek Mill's drink. He essayed Meek Mills. He video recorded Meek Mills. And he is traumatized. I mean, wow. All right, so let's go here and listen to the warrants.
A lot of people attended these parties. A lot of people saw this activity going on. A lot of people allowed it to go on, didn't intervene.
Hollywood's glamorous facade is unraveling, and at the heart of this scandal is none other than music titan Sean Diddy Combs. Once celebrated as an icon of success, Diddy now faces shocking allegations that have cast him and a network of famous friends into a blazing spotlight. This isn't just about one man's mistakes, it's a scandal of massive proportions that's starting to reach some of Hollywood's most powerful players. Just moments ago, breaking news sent shockwaves through the industry.
A lot of people attended these parties. A lot of people saw this activity going on.
Arrest warrants have been issued for several high-profile celebrities connected to Diddy, each with their own secrets that could soon be exposed. Will Diddy's empire survive these devastating revelations, or are we about to witness the downfall of Hollywood elites who have long been shielded by their fame and fortune, hinting at even darker truths lurking beneath the glitz and glamour? As we dive into the explosive accusations, hidden connections, and looming legal battles, one thing is clear. Hollywood may never be the same. As the trial looms, attorney Tony Busby emerges as a central figure in this unfolding saga. Known for his fearlessness and persistence, Busby is determined to expose not only Diddy's alleged actions, but the powerful institutions that may have protected him for.
Let's step back for a moment. At its heart, this isn't just a story about Diddy or Jamie Foxx. It's a warning about the darker side of fame, the power struggles, betrayals, and the heavy cost of success. It reminds us that even the most powerful people aren't invincible, and sometimes the truth can be stranger than
it would be a harsh penalty because, people are doing any and everything to be relevant, even at the expense of others' reputations and livelihoods. And that's just not fair. You can really damage someone financially. You could even drive them to suicide because the world is an evil place now. So I feel like if you do something like that, I feel like harsh consequences should take place. I really believe that.
Lab, let me get your thoughts on that, because I know we've even had conversations when you've been in studio where, you know, people are on your social media saying things and, you know, that they see one thing and they run with it. What are your thoughts? Do you think there needs to be a real penalty for people that spread misinformation?
100%, especially when you say and spread things that potentially could damage people's brand. Because the thing about the internet is, once it's out there, it's out there. And there's no way of pulling it back now. You know, back in the days, a newspaper could retract a story and you never saw or heard that story again. But once somebody posts something on the internet, y'all know, like we know, people screenshot it, other people repost it. And so it will live on forever. And then, like some Steve said, like the mental piece of it. Justin Bieber had a whole mental breakdown.
Several.
About how the industry was treating him and all this stuff right here. Can you imagine if these tapes truly exist, and a tape exists of him getting sexually assaulted is put out in public, what that could do to him mentally? These people don't see it, and that's the problem. These people don't care about none of that. They just want clout. Want to post it. They just want to get the clicks and the views, and they don't care about the fallout and the ramifications for this. So I think, hell yeah, there should be stiff penalties. Like if this tape is released, and they can prove who released this tape, they need to go to jail. And Justin Bieber does something to himself, I think they need to go to jail for that.
Held accountable. You know, and I want to add this too, Symphony. I also found out that when they found, I think Smart Ass University shirt was found as well. I just wanted to put that out there.
You know what?
But it was a chick wearing the Smart Ass University shirt, so we okay with that. She was doing a little Winnie the Pooh type action, so we good.
Lab, let me ask you this, because Lab, like I said, we've had those conversations in studio where, and what I really love and appreciate, like you always do your research. Every time we talk about a topic, you're like, hey, that's cool, that's an opinion, that's something that you heard from another celebrity or another source, but it's not credit, and you're always going to find that source. I think information like this can be so detrimental to our community, right? Because you have older people. I have people in my family, they see something on Facebook and they run with it. You know, they take it as like, oh, this is king.
As we wait for the next chapter in this story, one thing is clear. This won't be ending anytime soon. Whether Diddy is guilty or innocent, his legacy is forever changed. For Jamie Foxx, speaking out, whether he was being honest or not, has set off a chain of events that will affect things for years to come. So, what do you think? Is Diddy a victim of circumstances, or is he finally facing the consequences of his actions? Is Jamie Foxx holding back the full truth, or has he said everything he needs to? One thing's for sure, the entertainment world has never seen anything like this.